You might hear some noises in the background. Evelyn is wrapping and cutting wrapping paper and all that good stuff. But I saw a nice, interesting post on Godlike Productions, and it's referring back to a post by General Flynn that has been up this whole time. It looked like he posted this November the 4th, 2016. So this was a week before the election took place, before we knew Donald Trump was even going to win. And you know, Flynn, he's not in trouble. He was, but he's not anymore, blah, blah, blah. This is the same Flynn that his sister, the other day, his sister posted on her Twitter account what Q always says: where we go one, we go all. Are you kidding me right now? So first, let's take a look at this. Oh, I'm going to go back. November 4th, 4:25 p.m., 2016 here. Look what he wrote. Hashtag spirit cooking. Never Hillary. Drain the swamp. New York Police Department ready to make arrests in Wiener case. Via Breitbart News. So this was what he was talking about. This there's Anthony Weiner. Remember, he had the folder on his desktop. It was titled life insurance. Remember? And it wasn't a life insurance exactly. I mean, he put that there because what was in it apparently saved his life. His life insurance policy. Y'all ain't killing me. Y'all ain't going to be able to mess with me. Is basically what Weiner said. So there's Hillary and her right-hand woman named Huma Abedin. And she was married to Weiner, Anthony Weiner. And anyways, Eric Prince. Now, who's Eric Prince? Eric Prince is I don't know if he still owns it or former owner of Blackwater. Remember Blackwater military contractors? And he also has made some comments. So I just read the other day, and I say that maybe yesterday, and I'm reading, Democratic congressman says, when they get the House in January, they may look into Blackwater and Eric Prince and blah, like they're threatening to go after that guy. Because he had something to do with exposing some of this criminality, I guess. So, I mean, who's making this comment on Breitbart? If you see that, which I showed you a second ago. Eric Prince, NYPD ready to make arrest in Anthony Weiner case. This is back November 4th, 2016. I want to read this again because I'm telling you, I think they're getting ready to take action. They, as in the Trump boys, getting ready to take action against these criminals. And maybe we have to wait till January. Today's the 9th of December. It's evening. But whatever, soon. I think they're going to really, really do something here. And it's going to shock to the core a lot of people. They won't believe what they're hearing. Anyways, but he said Blackwater founder and former Navy SEAL Eric Prince told Breitbart News Daily on SiriusXM that according to one of his well-placed sources within the New York Police Department, the NYPD wanted to do a press conference announcing the warrants and the additional arrests they were making in the Anthony Weiner investigation, but received huge pushback from the federal Justice Department, which is not surprising, right? They want all those guys are all on the same team. The Clinton cabal, these deep staters, it's the Justice Department, it's the FBI, it's all those people who are being plucked out one by one by Donald Trump. I just read also, I thought I mentioned this, if not, I'll tell you now. It was a mainstream news piece. Oh, with so-and-so resigning at the end of the year, or, stepping down at the end of the year from the FBI, there's nobody left in the higher echelon of the FBI that was former administration people. He's got them all about cleaned out. Donald Trump does. But let's reread this, because I think this is going to play a role in the future here, in the near future. He says, it's not like the foreign intelligence agencies leave a thank you note after they've hacked and stolen your data, Prince said to SiriusXM host Alex Marlow. Prince claimed he had insider knowledge of the investigation that could help explain why FBI Director James Comey had to announce he was reopening the investigation into Clinton's email server last week. Because of Weinergate and the sexting scandal, the NYPD started investigating it. Through a subpoena through a warrant, they searched his laptop and sure enough found those 650,000 emails. They found way more stuff than just more information pertaining to the inappropriate sexting the guy was doing, Mr. Prince claimed. They found State Department emails. They found a lot of other really damning criminal information, including money laundering, including the fact that Hillary went to this sex island with convicted pedophile Jeffrey Epstein. Bill Clinton went there more than 20 times. Hillary went there at least 6 times, he said. Again, this is all Pizzagate stuff, right? I mean, this is all that stuff. It's going to come back, and it's all tied to the Clinton Foundation, all of it. The amount of garbage that they found in these emails of criminal activity by Hillary, by her immediate circle, and even by other Democratic members of Congress was so disgusting, they gave it to the FBI and they said, we're going to go public with this if you don't reopen the investigation and you don't do the right thing with timely indictments, Prince explained. So we did see too that what happened, right? The initial investigation, James Comey, it's real. It'd be real hard pressed for any district attorney, to really press charges. You got to prove intent. You got to prove intent, and man, it's real hard to prove sometimes the intent. Hillary. The intent was her setting up an effing private email server in her house. The hell are you talking about, right? Again, he was doing his job to just cover it up as best he could. And that was the end of it. No, we don't think there should be any charges filed. This should be okay. And then that was it. And then all of a sudden, do you remember, because I do, holy cow, right before the election, holy moly, he's reopening the investigation. What, a second time? What's happening here? There had to be something so massive in order for James Comey, who already closed remember, they already found her not guilty before they even investigated it. All the leaked emails and text messages from the FBI, they've already said she's pretty much not guilty. We're going to find a way to just whitewash this, before they even investigated, right? So for a man who has that kind of mindset, who's going to do that, James Comey, who did exactly what he was supposed to for them, there's nothing to see here. I recommend no charges. It's okay. Leave it alone. Okay. For him to come back and reopen the investigation right days before the investigation means somebody did say something to him. And you better do the right thing, Mr. Comey, is what they told him. So okay, we got to open it up again, and then that whole thing happened. Maybe that's part of what helped Trump win. I don't know. But anyways, as he said, we're going to go to the public with this if you don't reopen the investigation and you don't do the right thing with timely indictments. I don't remember seeing any indictments, but he did investigate the case. Reopen the investigation. I believe, I know, and this is from a very well-placed source of mine at 1PP, One Police Plaza in New York, the NYPD wanted to do a press conference announcing the warrants, plural. Not one warrant for Anthony Weiner, warrants. And the additional arrest. Oh, additional arrest. Who would that be? Who could it be? They were making in the investigation, and they've gotten huge pushback to the point of coercion from the Justice Department, with the Justice Department threatening to charge someone that had been unrelated in the accidental heart attack death of Eric Gardner almost 2 years ago. That's the level of pushback the Obama Justice Department is doing against actually seeking justice in the email and other related criminal matters, Mr. Prince said. So did you catch that? The Justice Department threatening to charge somebody that had been unrelated in the accidental heart attack death of Eric Garner. Will charge somebody. So what does that mean? These people are mafiosos, killing people, and if you don't do this, then I'll just blame it on this guy. He'll be a rat, and then, we'll blame it on the other guy. Okay, we'll back off. There's 5 different parts of the FBI conducting investigations into these things, with constant downdrafts from the Obama Justice Department. So in the, I hope, unlikely and very unfortunate event that Hillary Clinton is elected president, we will have a constitutional crisis that we have not seen since, I believe, 1860, he declared. I guess it's a good thing she didn't make it, huh? Marlowe asked Prince to clarify these revelations. NYPD was the first one to look at the laptop, Prince elaborated. Mr. Weiner and Huma Abedin, his wife, the closest advisor of Hillary Clinton for 20 years, have both flipped, he says, have both flipped. They are cooperating with the government. They see potential jail time of many years for their crimes. For Huma Abedin sending and receiving and even storing hundreds of thousands of messages from the State Department server and from Hillary Clinton's own homebrew server, which contained classified information. Weiner faces all kinds of exposure for the inappropriate sexting that was going on for other information that they found. So NYPD first gets that computer, they see how disgusting it is, they keep a copy of everything, and they pass a copy on to the FBI, which finally pushes the FBI off their chairs, making Comey reopen the investigation, which was indicated in the letter last week. The point being, NYPD has all the information, and they will pursue justice within their rights if the FBI does not, Prince contended. There is all kinds of criminal culpability through all the emails they've seen of the 650,000, including money laundering, underage sex, pay for play, and of course plenty of proof of inappropriate handling, sending and receiving of classified information up to SAP level, which is Special Access Programs, he stated. So the plot thickens. NYPD was pushing because, as an article quoted one of the chiefs, that the level just below commissioner, he said as a parent, as a father with daughters, he could not let that level of evil continue, Mr. Prince said. He noted that the FBI can investigate these matters, but they can't convene a grand jury. They can't file charges. The prosecutors, the Justice Department, they have to do that, he explained. Now, as I understand it, Preet Bharara, the Manhattan prosecutor, has gotten a hold of some of this. From what I hear, he's a stand-up guy, and hopefully he does the right thing. Now, if you guys recall, Pete Bharara, whatever, was the one that Trump had to fire. And Pete was like, you'll have to fire me because I'm not going to leave. And I said, this guy's a criminal. He's part of the criminal cabal. I said it in the video. And sure enough, Trump had to let him go. This guy here, Mr. Prince, said, I think Pete's a stand-up guy. Hopefully he'll do the right thing. He didn't know, I guess. Hopefully Preet does the right thing. And Preet did not do the right thing. He was let go. So isn't it amazing that that individual who had the information, who could have done something, did absolutely nothing and sat on this wicked, disgusting, evil activity that the Clintons and their pals were doing? Did you guys see? A lady was tweeting the other day, Panther Face 7 or Panther Eye 7 or something was her name. She's like, my tweet, it's probably going to get taken down. She goes, but I don't care. Matter of fact, if you saw SGT report recently, he posted it. And this lady is like, look, my name is so-and-so. My ex-husband who's dead, his name is so-and-so. He was the lead pornographer of the Clinton Foundation with these children. His name was called, they referred to him as the Baby King. He's disgusting, and I found out what the hell was going on, and he beat me for 6 days straight, and I took a gun and I tried to kill him. I shot just past his head. With the criminal people in charge, I was the one who got charged. After he beat me for 6 days straight, I was the one charged, and I had to do 12 months in jail, something like that, she said. She's alleging that the Clinton Foundation is more than just money laundering. It's more than just pay to play. It was an absolute criminal, unbelievable network with child sex trafficking, you name it. And again, I go back to a 2-year-old article from Breitbart from Mr. Prince himself, who, again, the Democrats right now, as I speak to you, are already commenting, yeah, when we get the House, we may have to look into Blackwater and Eric Prince himself and blah, blah, blah. Why? Did you catch the part what I read a little earlier? Other people, Congress? The amount of garbage that they found in the emails of criminal activity by Hillary, by her immediate circle, and even other Republican? No. And even other Democratic members of Congress was so disgusting, they gave it to the FBI and they said, we're going to go public with this if you don't reopen the case with timely indictments. So then we scroll back down where we were. So the NYPD first gets that computer. They see how disgusting it is. They keep a copy of everything and they pass a copy on to the FBI, which finally pushes the FBI off their chairs, making Comey reopen that investigation, which was indicated in the letter last week. Again, this is 2 years ago last week. The point being, NYPD has all the information and they will pursue justice within their rights if the FBI doesn't, Prince contended. There's all kinds of criminal culpability through all of the emails they've seen of the 650,000, including, again, listen very carefully, money laundering, underage sex, pay for play, and of course, plenty of proof of inappropriate handling, sending and receiving classified information at the SAP level special access programs. So the plot thickens. NYPD was pushing because, as an article quoted one of the chiefs, that's the level just below commissioner, he said, as a parent, as a father with daughters, he could not let that level of evil continue. Not criminality, level of criminality, level of evil. This is Pizzagate stuff. This is Pedogate. They've got it all. Q has said it. We have it all. He noted that the FBI can investigate these matters, but they can't convene a grand jury. They can't file charges. The prosecutors, the Justice Department has to do that. Now, as I understand it, Preet Bharara, the Manhattan prosecutor, has gotten a hold of some of this. From what I hear, he's a stand-up guy, and hopefully he does the right thing. What did Mr. Preet do? Not a damn thing. Nothing with it. Trump let him go. Get on out of here. Marlowe agreed that Bharara's, Preet, whatever's, sterling reputation as a determined prosecutor was bad news for the Clintons. Actually, I guess it wasn't after all. Prince agreed, but said, if people are willing to bend or break the law and don't really care about the Constitution or due process, if you're willing to use Stalinist tactics against someone, who knows what level of pressure could be brought to bear against even the most tenacious law enforcement officials. The point being, fortunately, it's not just the FBI. There are 5 different offices that are in the hunt for justice, but the NYPD has it as well, Prince said, citing the Wall Street Journal reporting that has exposed downdraft back pressure from the Justice Department against both the FBI and NYPD in an effort to keep the sunlight and the disinfecting effects of the truth and transparency from shining on this great evil that has gone on and is slowly being exposed. The Justice Department is trying to run out the clock to elect Hillary Clinton to prevent any real justice from being done, he warned. That is precisely what they hoped for, because they illegally spied on Trump, and then when he won, they said, oh my God, we got to do it the right way. Let's make up a dossier nonsense, and then we'll go to the FISA court to get approval to spy. And they made that bull crap up, got the FISA court approval, and said, well, at least we're now by the books. We can at least legally spy. And they wanted to do that spying so that they could find absolutely anything, even the smallest, tiniest thing, to go after Trump, so that as soon as he's elected, maybe they can get rid of him, they can impeach him, whatever, right? They were trying everything in the book, and none of it worked. Now they realize we illegally spied to start with. We then made up a fake dossier. That's fake. There's no Russian collusion. We just found out, didn't we, from the other day with Comey. No, not Trump. Maybe for other people, but not Trump. Exactly. No collusion for Trump. And then they created that nonsense for the FISA court. And then they continued spying. And then we've got the text message. We couldn't find the text message. Oh, we have copies. Never mind. Peter Strzok, Lisa Page, all that crap. As Q has said, they have everything. The evidence is so bad, the email content. Hold on, wait a minute. The Justice Department is trying to run out the clock to elect Hillary Clinton to prevent any real justice from being done. Because if she wins, she'd have all her picks still in the. No one's getting fired. Everyone stays. Everyone stays. And you're going to bury any investigation. And you, as a private citizen, cannot force the district attorney or whatever district, or whatever state, or whatever, to say, you know what, there's evidence, you need to do something about this. You know what they'll say? We'll investigate it. We looked at it. We didn't really find anything. We're not gonna go forward. There's nothing you can do about it. Anyways, they were trying to run out the clock. As for the mayor of New York City, Mr. Prince said he has heard that de Blasio wants to stay away from this. Oh, you could bet Mr. de Blasio wants to stay away. He's part of the club. I'm not going to touch it with a 10-foot pole. I don't want anything to do with it. No. Why? Because you don't want to rat on your friends. You don't want to see them get in trouble. Because you're part of the criminal cabal too, Mr. Blasio. Quote, he quotes again, Mr. Prince. The evidence is so bad. The email content is so bad that I think even he wants to stay away from it, which is really telling, meaning de Blasio. That's why he wants to stay away from it. Prince reported that the other legislators involved in the case have not been named yet and urged the NYPD to hold a press conference and actually name them. I wish they'd do it today, he said. These are the unusual sliding door moments of history that people can stand up and be counted and make a real difference, and to save a republic, save a constitution that we actually need and love, that our forefathers fought and died for any cop that is aware of this level of wrongdoing, and they have veterans in their family or deceased veterans in their family, they owe it to them to stand up, to stand and be counted today and shine the light of truth on this great evil. Let me ask you a question. Do you use the word evil like he has a few times now? Because someone sent classified, barely classified stuff in a private email server. Do you use the word evil for something like that? No, but I'm pretty sure if you were doing like child sacrifices and pedophile stuff, you might be labeled as evil. You just might be. From what I understand, up to the commissioner or at least the chief level in NYPD, they wanted to have a press conference, and DOJ, Washington people, political appointees have been exerting all kinds of undue pressure on them to back down. Isn't that also an illegal activity? To put pressure on another law enforcement agency to not prosecute something or do something like that? Isn't that also illegal? Wherever that pressure came from, people need to go to prison for doing it. Marlowe suggested that some of those involved in keeping the details quiet might want to avoid accusations of politicizing the case and seeking to influence the presidential election. Sure, that's it. That's the argument for it, Prince agreed. But the fact is, that if the left had emails pointing to Donald Trump visiting multiple times an island with underage sex slaves, basically emails, they'd be talking about it. They'd be shouting it from the rooftops. This kind of evil, this kind of true dirt on Hillary Clinton, you don't have to make any judgments. Just release the emails, he urged. Just dump them. Let them out there. Let the people see what's in them. Let them see the light of truth, he said. Prince dismissed the claims of people like Hillary campaign CEO John Podesta and DNC Chair Donna Brazile that some of the damaging emails already released by WikiLeaks were fabricated, noting that forensic analysts done shows that, indeed, they are not fabricated. They are really legitimate. In other words, the forensic analysis that have been done shows that. This is stuff coming right off a hard drive that was owned by Weiner and his wife Huma Abedin, Hillary's closest advisor for the last 20 years. He said of the new bombshells. This is not from some hacker or anybody else. This is a laptop seized from a warrant in a criminal investigation. Prince confirmed that based on this information, Abedin is most likely looking at jail time unless she cuts a deal with prosecutors. Now keep in mind, you do recall, shortly after all this stuff happened, Hillary lost and all this crap came out. Do you guys remember, I know I talked about it, a picture or video footage of Huma Abedin crying her eyes out walking down the sidewalk somewhere in New York City. Crying her eyes out. Because she probably had just realized, Oh my God, all those emails, everything that we've done, the law enforcement agencies and other people have them now. Oh my God. When's the last time, I'm going to ask you guys, when's the last time you saw her 20-year veteran right-hand woman, Huma Abedin, next to Hillary Clinton, when's the last time you saw her hanging out with and seen with Hillary Clinton? I've seen Hillary going on little things and little tripping downstairs, getting in coughing fits, and I don't see Huma anywhere. And as he said, he thinks that her and Weiner have already spilled the beans. They've already become witnesses and told all their story to save jail time, save themselves from jail time. Well, room remains to be seen. Anyways, the final comment here, he says, there's a minimum of obstruction of justice and all kinds of unlawful handling of classified information, he said, because remember, this laptop was in the possession of Weiner, who did not have a security clearance. And many of those emails were from her Yahoo account, which had State Department emails forwarded to them. So she could easier print these messages, scan them, and send them on to Hillary. That's the carelessness that Hillary and her staff had for the classified information that the intelligence community risks life and limb to collect in challenged, opposed areas around the world. That's not who you want in the White House, he said. Wow. And when was that? This was posted November the 4th, 2016. This is so relevant today, you have no flipping idea. And Trump has picked clean the FBI pretty much. Waiting for old Mueller. Go ahead and wrap up your investigation in collusion. Wrap it up. And they're trying everything they can to just kick that can. Get us to January. Please get us to January so the Democrats can take over the House and we can start these bogus investigations into Trump. Please. Q has already said the House is meaningless. We had to have the Senate, 53-47. He called it. He nailed it. We got it exactly those numbers. Let the pain begin, he said. Remember what I just read you. There are other congressional Democrats tied in with these emails, meaning they're probably part of this sick, evil crap that's going on. So all these Democrats, how many are there? 10, 15, 20? I mean, could you imagine if a whole slew of these people had to resign and got in trouble? Seems to me like I remember a web bot telling me way in advance, you're going to see in this country, America, a swath, a wave of resignations and firing and congressmen and women like just dropping like flies. And I thought, what the hell could cause that? That must be secrets revealed, secrets revealed. Oh yeah. Another meme, talk about secrets revealed. And these Democrats think they're safe? Oh my gosh, I'm telling you, this is going to be the most exciting, incredible thing. This is going to be the most, I got to say it, the most historically important event that our country has ever witnessed and experienced as it goes on. And it's just getting started, I think. You guys know the guy Mark Taylor on YouTube? He does like prophetic things. He's like a prophet. And he said, I think in February of this year, 2018, he was given this vision by God or whatever. 2 former presidents will die. And after that takes place, 3 of them will be in prison. 3 of them will be in trouble. There was only 5 recently. Now there's 4. Papa Bush is gone. And did you guys notice how terrible Jimmy Carter looks? I mean, he's old. He looks terrible because he's old. You know, he's very old. He's probably going to be dead in no time. That leaves 3 left. Barack Obama, Bill Clinton, and little George Bush Jr. So, I'll remind you one more time. Did you see my video of several days ago? It's got 29,000 views already. Did you guys see the face on Jeb Bush during the funeral? And I show it. Where Laura Bush, which is little Junior Bush's wife, hands a little paper, like has that little pamphlet they all had, and just kind of goes like this over to Jeb. Jeb's looking at his father, being carted away in the coffin. He's got his hand over his heart. He looks down at that paper, takes his hand off his heart, and is looking like this, like oh my God. I'm telling you, I hope to God QAnon tells us. QAnon tells us what in the F was on that paper. I have got to know. I'm dying to know this. Take care.